Player wages in Australia's Big Bash League soar amid explosion of T20 cricket competitions globally. Hello friend. Welcome to Cricket News Today. Here you will be informed about the main news about the world of cricket. Subscribe to the channel and be part of our community. With lucrative rival T20 leagues emerging around the world, Australia's Big Bash League has been injected with significant cash in a bid to ward off competitors and lure top overseas talent while retaining local stars. Cricket Australia announced the BBL's salary cap would rise from $1.25 million, $1.9 million, to $1.98 million. Top overseas players signed in the draft have had an increase of 23.5% to $277,000, although still falls short of newly formed leagues in South Africa and the UAE, which started in January. During the recently completed BBL season, a slew of overseas players packed their bags mid-season for the UAE and South Africa, with both startups offering top players around $400,000 per season. But the tournament's 12th edition, which had been deemed as pivotal after several down seasons exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, overcame the loss of those international drawcards because of the presence of a number of high-profile Australian players who rarely get the chance to play in the BBL. Veteran David Warner, who before late last season hadn't played in the BBL for 10 years, reportedly was paid around $80,000, $55,000 per game. Star batter Steve Smith was similarly well remunerated and seemingly worth every dollar after he stole the show with blistering performances to light a fuse under a suddenly rejuvenated BBL. It was such a roaring success that tournament officials had to shake up the BBL's contracting system. Accordingly, the 8 BBL teams will be able to sign 2 CA contracted players on a marquee supplementary list and play them whenever they are available. Previously, BBL teams had understandably been reluctant to use roster spots on national players whose availability was likely restricted due to international commitments. It heightens the prospect of more marquee Australian players ending long BBL droughts such as National Test and ODI skipper Pat Cummins and Quick Mitchell-Starc. With top international players able to earn more in the Big Bash leagues than ever before, there's no doubt clubs will have a high-caliber group of players to choose from, BBL chief Alistair Dobson said. A key focus has been to further optimize the ability and opportunity for BBL teams to sign Australian contracted players onto their lists. These challenges have been addressed through specific mechanisms available to clubs, and we hope to see many of Australia's top talent play in the Big Bash. Due to Australia's home international fixtures clashing with the BBL, it still seems unlikely their top players will be able to play in the local competition regularly. Other countries, most notably India, whose players are not allowed to compete in any other T20 leagues bar their own, make sure they have dedicated windows for their franchise leagues, but Australia is unlikely to go down that route anytime soon given cricket's crammed calendar. But inserting more money into the BBL in a bid to ward off shiny new leagues might just prop its standing as the summer's hottest ticket after a negative perception had developed in recent years. The women's BBL also received a pay boost, with the top players now receiving around $66,000, $100,000, and the pioneering competition will hold a draft for the first time. It's hot on the heels of the successful launch of the historic Women's Premier League in India, where top players earned $400,000 for the 3-week event. A number of star Australian players competed with the respective leagues not in direct competition on the calendar. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel and be part of our community. Like, comment, and share the video.